The girl admired the view from the plane. Suddenly she saw a flock of birds crashing into the wing. She immediately warned her grandmother. To her shock, the plane's engine caught fire. Her grandmother tightly gripped her hand. Just then the plane began to shake violently. The entire cabin filled with screams of terror. Faced with this sudden disaster, there was nothing anyone could do but brace for impact. Soon the plane broke through the clouds, plummeting rapidly toward the ocean. With a deafening crash, the plane hit the water hard. Mary couldn't believe she was still alive. But before she could react, the plane began sinking into the depths of the sea. Water gushed into the cabin. The few survivors were paralyzed with fear, frozen in place, unsure of what to do. Mary's eyes welled with tears as despair overtook her. But luckily, the plane came to a stop at the edge of an underwater cliff. Due to the water pressure, a sealed space had formed at the rear of the plane. At that moment, 4 other survivors made their way to the back of the cabin. Though they were temporarily safe, the oxygen inside the cabin was running low. Everyone needed to conserve as much air as possible. The girl's grandmother mentioned there was a medical oxygen tank at her seat. Jack knew this was their only hope for survival. Without hesitation, he dove into the water, but he failed to notice a dark shadow approaching from outside the window. Jack quickly found the oxygen tank. On his way back, he cautiously glanced toward the opening. Suddenly, a shark burst inside. Seeing the water ripple violently, everyone realized something was wrong. Just then, Jack shot out of the water. As Mary moved to help him, Jack shouted for her to stop. Despite the pain, he managed to hang the oxygen tank onto a chair. Before he could say anything, the shark dragged him back into the water. As they saw the shark's tail thrashing above the surface, they finally realized a shark had entered the cabin. Panic set in. They hurriedly retreated to the kitchen. They saw the shark feasting on other corpses in the cabin. Before they could catch their breath, the plane suddenly started sliding downward.